Hi, Lorraine Menza here, and in this video blog, I'm going to talk to you about asking the right questions. Most of us never really ask the right questions, and we find ourselves in a quandary. We don't know what to do with certain situations. Instead of asking the right questions that can get us out of this mode, this stay put, I'm always in the problem mode instead of in the solution mode, you need to ask yourself the right questions. A lot of us whine and complain and say, why does this always happen to me? Or why am I not making money? Or why? It's complaining. So what Tony Robbins says, problems are questions that have not been answered. That's right. Problems are questions that have not been answered. And I find that to be brilliant. That's so brilliant. So a problem's going to stay a problem until you ask yourself a quality question. And another issue that companies and people have is that they're so focused on the problem, they don't focus on the solution. And really, to get solution oriented, you got to ask yourself the right questions. 95% of us stay focused on the problem, 5% on the solution. We need to reverse that process. 5% on the problem and 95% on the solution. Solution focused. So Tony Robbins says that there are questions you need to ask yourself. So what are these quality questions that you need to ask yourself? Um, and you need to write these problems down and write the answers to them. So the first question you want to ask yourself is write your problem down in 2 sentences and be crystal clear. Be very concise. What is your problem in 2 sentences? And after you've done that, you're going to ask yourself, what is a great thing about this problem? What does this problem bring that's actually great to the table? So this is a way of looking at it from a different perspective. There may be the problems addressing you to get out of this rut or whatever your situation is. You may be doing the same thing over and over again. The problem now that's being presented to you is, how do you get out of this situation? How do I make it better? Okay, so what is great about this problem? Then you want to write down what is not perfect yet. So what is not perfect about what's going on yet? You want to write that down. And then you write down, what are you willing to do to make it the way you want it? What are you willing to do? Because there's going to be things that you don't want to do. And that's the next step. What are you not willing to do to make it the way you want it? And here's a powerful question. Why do you want it? I mean, you know what? If you don't want it enough, what's the purpose of solving the problem? Because if you don't want your solution or whatever it is, there's no reason to solve the problem. So why do you want it? And you've got to be clear and focused and concise with this. And then how I can enjoy the process. In other words, Tony Robbins said he got so many phone calls a day, and even though he knew he had to answer the phone, he had to go through this process, he just didn't enjoy it. He hated it. So he said to himself, how can I enjoy the process? And he did this by getting into he had an outdoor like jacuzzi, and he sat there in his whirlpool, and he was on the phone, and he was looking out the mountains and the ocean. It was like, wow, this is much nicer. And he found himself enjoying the process. So that, those questions here are very important. Asking the right questions is the way to find a solution. They got to be quality questions. And with that said, hope you find yourself having a great day. Take care.